Welcome to my channel. Today is the 28th of October, temperature 22 degrees and a windy day. So here we have our Izu persimmon. We've had it for about a year and it did flower last year, but it dropped all the fruit, and today we have about three fruits, and they are about the size of a 2 rand coin. So we took it away from the wind because it's very sensitive to the wind, and it's currently on the porch. And this is our feijoa. It's probably 1.5 meters tall. We've put it on the porch as well because the wind is very strong outside. We also have flowers on it. Apparently the flowers are edible as well. So up next is our Hass avocado. We've had this one since March this year. It is holding some fruitlets, so we will let it we'll let it be and see if the fruits hold. Yeah, so that's the Hass. Here's one the size of my pinky finger. So this is the Glen mango. We got it last year as well. It did go through a winter here in Cape Town, South Africa, and it's currently fruiting. This is a Fairchild mango. We got it at the same time as the Glen mango. It's also holding a few fruits. It also went through the winter here in Cape Town, but we put it under a shelter. So this is the Reed avocado. It dropped all its flowers, so there's no flowers on it, so we won't have fruit on it, but it's growing quite nicely as well. And then immediately next to it is the Pinkerton avocado. We also got it March this year. It's also holding a little bit of fruitlets, so we'll see if any get to the size of maturity. Otherwise it's fine if it doesn't fruit. It's very young. So this is the Maluma Hass avocado. Also got it in March this year. It also dropped a lot of its flowers, so we'll see if it decides to hold any flowers or any fruit, but it is currently flowering. This is a pomegranate. It's holding a few flowers because we did chop it up a few weeks ago because it was growing too wild. So up next is our guava. This guava is quite tall. It's probably close to 2 meters tall, so we're gonna have to prune it soon. It's holding potential flower buds. Hopefully they'll open. There's about 4 flower buds on it at the moment. Up next is our Mauritius lychee. It had more flowers, but it dropped most of them, so we don't know if it will fruit. This is the first time it's flowering. We got it last year. And then up next is our Fuerte avocado. It's also holding a few fruitlets, so we'll see if they grow to maturity. Even smaller than my nail. Yeah, the fruits are smaller than my nail at the moment. And then up next is the Kent mango. It suffered a lot of wind damage. It's very windy here in Cape Town, so it is flowering at the moment, and we'll see if it holds any fruit. We did get fruit last year, like I said. It was nice, it was tasty. And then up next is our kit mango. It's also flowering. We even have flies pollinating it. I think most of our mango pollinators are flies actually. House flies. Alright, so here's the flower. Up next is the Tahiti berries lime. We always get fruit from this one. So I've had it for a couple of years and it never disappointed us. This is the Heidi mango. It's starting to wake up. It did suffer some wind damage, but it is pushing out flower buds. Hopefully we'll be able to enjoy some fruits this year, this season. And up next is our donut peach or Saturn peach. We have two of these trees, but only one of them is holding fruit. Last year it did flower, but it dropped all the fruit. And next is our Satsuma mandarin or nachi. In South Africa we call them nachis. We did have some fruit last year from it, but I didn't get to taste it. So hopefully this year I'll be able to have some fruit from it. Up next is our lemonade, lemon. Last year we did have some fruit and it was quite nice. It was my first time tasting the lemonade fruit, which was quite an experience. So I'll be making some lemonade from it. Up next is our Mineola Tangelo. It's still a young tree, so we haven't had fruit from it. We probably won't let it fruit this year, so we'll be taking out the little fruitlets. It's a windy day today. This is our Parma Navel orange. I think it did fruit last year, I'm not sure. And up next is our Crimson Giant nectarine. We did have fruit from it last year. I think we had like four or five fruitlets. This year it looks like it's holding only one piece of fruit. And up next is our cherry guava. It did hold some fruit last year up to maturity, and it is flowering again this year. However, it's getting very tall, so we're gonna have to prune it because we are running out of space in the yard. And up here we have our cherry moya. It did flower for the first time last year. We had about 3 flowers, but it dropped all of them. So this year I saw about 9, 10, 11 potential flower buds. So hopefully we will get some cherry moya this year. Up next is the Fiesta Red nectarine. We had a couple of them last year as well. I think this is the only one on this year's crop. It was very nice and tasty as well. So up next we have the Decopon. This is my favorite citrus ever. I've had store-bought Decopon, so this is a very small tree at the moment. Up next is the Maya lemon. It also fruited last year. We have 2 trees. I think only one of them fruited though. The fruit was quite nice, but some of the other fruitlets were bland, but this was the one that was good, was very nice. So hopefully we'll be able to get some more this year. Up next is our Shaddock Pomelo. It is flowering, but I don't think it will hold any fruit this year, which is fine because it's still a small tree. It's very small. Actually, we shouldn't let it hold fruit actually. So this is a Rex Union citrus. I think it's a type of bitter or sour orange. It's mostly used for the rind to make marmalade. I've never tasted it, and it hasn't fruited this year nor last year. And up next is our Sultana grape. We've had this for about 3 years in the ground. For the first time, it's holding some fruitlets. I don't know if these are flowers or fruitlets already, but this is the first time it's holding something, and hopefully we'll be able to taste them at the end of the season. And last but not least is the Eureka lemon. The Eureka lemon has always held some fruit, and we are very blessed to have it. So that's it. Hope you liked the video. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment.